got drinks. Let's celebrate.
Hand one of them over here, he's a little guy.
Oh,
Thank you.
Yeah, give one of them. Give one over here.
Look at all this.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, cheers to another good haul.
They didn't see what was coming. We got in there and got out so...
And that stupid guy.
Yeah,
You think that rat guy's coming for us, or do you think? I don't know what he's doing.
He's too stupid. Too stupid.
Yeah, someone that stupid gonna get anything from us.
Yeah, we keep it. We find it. We keeping
We're
it.
gonna look out here in the middle of nowhere, you know.
Nobody is. That's who it is. It's nobody.
I mean, isn't that what he does? He looks out here in the middle of nowhere for stuff.
Yeah, but he's not gonna get over our wall.
That's stupid.
He's a tiny little short guy. That wall's like 20 feet tall.
Jerry, that's stupid.
Oh, Jerry, get out. Jerry, go get another round of drinks,
What kind
Jerry.
of idea? What kind of idea is that, Jerry?
Oh,
That's
okay.
stupid.
Fine. I'll go get some.
God damn, who invited Jerry anyway?
Yeah, what's going on? He's got that little flashing light on his back. What's that supposed to be?
What are you
Is
talking
some
about?
some sort of
what are you talking
fashion
about?
statement with that thing, guy?
What is
Yeah,
that?
Jerry.
That's not cute, Jerry.
Stop trying to make flashing lights happen, Jerry.
That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
I don't know what you're talking about with flashing lights and all that.
No, this thing, Jerry, come on.
It's a big.
Jerry, get away
What is
here.
that on you?
What's the thing on your back?
Well, it's like little suction dot thingy.
Like a
You
low
think
batch.
you didn't stick
Low
this on your
battery.
back on purpose, but...
Is that low battery?
I've never seen that before in my life.
You hear something?
Nice playing stupid now. It's playing stupid now. Jerry,
Wait, hold up. What is that?
stupid.
I don't know. It was like the sound of tearing metal.
Hey, what? Hey, you smell that?
It smells like a cheesy chicken. Like
That's
tentacle.
like fried. That's like fry and wet hair.
Oh, it's probably nothing.
Why does it smell hot in here? What's that beeping? Who's talking? Hey, Jerry!
Jerry, get out of here, Jerry, with the beeping.
Oh, jeez, man, what is coming out of the ground?
Y'all ready to blast off?
Wait, Taylor's just turned into Randy's.
Oh, look who's the founders now!
Oh my
Oh god. The Randy
That's
Savage
good.
voice is gonna take a long time to deprogram.
Welcome back, everyone. It's the Backwater Bastards in space.
Yes.
Oh, I've fucked it up already. Oh, I didn't go in space.
In space!
In space.
Trevor's here again.
So good. He's back.
No, I'm not.
Treasure.
The treasurer's here.
The treasure has arrived.
Yes.
We've broken into the treasury
Oh.
and removed the loudest treasure.
Anyway, I'm your Dungeon Master Dick. We've got Taylor, aka Cleo.
Hi!
Danny, aka Dr. Z.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited.
And Trevor, aka Rads.
I am also excited.
There's enough excitement here to fill a dollhouse.
So much excitement.
Just a dollhouse?
Yeah.
Like
Full
a
it though, like, you know,
Yeah.
like
Like
quite
a big
floor,
one?
floor to ceiling,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Barbie
completely
Dream
full.
House?
Yes. The one that
With the
opens
pool
up.
deck?
I've never produced even remotely close to that volume of excitement
Well,
before.
I mean, there's a first for everything, and the Barbie dream house filled with excitement. Now that
Is exactly what it is.
exactly, yes,
Accessories sold separately.
and maybe filled with
How we
excitement,
all-
depending on,
how we all
feeling,
next
gang?
episodes.
That needs to be your tagline. It needs to be your tagline. Backwater Bastards. Barbie dream house full of excitement.
I mean,
T-shirt idea?
yeah, I mean, it's pretty good.
Mattel!
It sells
T-shirt
itself.
idea.
Oh, yeah, all good, all good. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah,
All the bad things that happened to me last week did not carry over into this week.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Oh well. In other news, Taylor and I, we were on Dragon's Duel
were.
And as just we
Dragon.
recorded
Did you
that.
pitch your new invention to the dragons?
We did. We pitched
We did.
several ideas.
Pitch your
I
new
think
invention
they
to the
went down
dragons.
quite well. I think we should probably be getting some checks in the mail soon.
I think that it's not coming in the mail. Like, it's just, they're going to wire it.
Yeah. Wire.
Because it was
they're
very-
gonna fund your new project.
It was very
Yeah.
successful.
Mhm.
We definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I should state here that I do know that Dragon's Duel is different to Dragon's Den, and you
Yes.
should check them out. It's a great show, like
Yeah.
a game show based around tabletop RPGs, which obviously exactly the sort of thing that we should be competing on.
It was
Also,
a lot of
check
fun.
out Dragon's Den. No.
Yeah.
Don't. It's terrible.
It's a small show and it needs more viewers.
Yeah.
Please help out Dragon's Den.
Yeah.
Follow them on Twitter.
Yeah.
They just
They need it.
boost them if you can.
So follow them,
Need
send
it.
us a screenshot of you following them, and we will let you know one nice thing about your future self from the year 2031 that you aren't aware of yet, but we are aware of.
We've
because-
been there. We've only been, to be fair, like August of 31.
Yes.
You know,
Very
that's the only time in the future that we managed to get to.
Yeah. Briefly.
Transition.
Back in space with the Backwater Bastards.
Mm-hmm.
Last episode, we met Rads. He's a trash digging raccoon-like creature
Yes.
who's
don't call
been
him a
pen
raccoon.
pals with Boris, and has a similar interest in the finer things that can be restored and reconstructed from the less fine locations, such as a giant ball of trash, which is where we are. Prospect Town. It's a trash satellite. And the bastards have been co-opted into assisting Rads in reclaiming a particular little doodah that he found that is essential to the repair of the bastards' ship that was unfortunately confiscated by a group of ruffians. But luckily Rads planted a tracking device on them, and here we are. The bastards have tracked the tracking device all the way to its location through the sewers.
Yes.
And as you recall, we ended with Cleo rolling a strength check, which, to be fair, you've already heard the cold open. So she rolled a 16. It's a successful strength check. Let's just get into this thing, right?
It was a
Surprise! Y'all had to wait a week for that roll. Y'all had to wait a week for that roll.
There was a firefight.
Oh my god.
I'm excited because if I had rolled badly, what would have happened to us?
Yeah.
Well, you would have failed to get the thing open, but made enough noise to make your presence known, and then they would have been like waiting with guns drawn, pointing down the hole.
That might have been really funny.
I think it would have been pretty fucking funny, but also it's still pretty
But
badass.
sometimes
jumped out.
being successful is fun too.
I mean, like, you've got armor, Rads has got armor and shields, Z's got shields and a shield projector. Between all that, you
But
guys
I haven't got my Gucci armor yet.
you guys would survive at least one sort of round of like 6 people shooting straight down the hole into your faces.
Okay, good.
Boris can't. Boris doesn't have shit.
That's true, Boris. But Boris hangs behind, in these sort
true.
of circumstances.
needs
He
a gun.
knows that he does
needs a
not
gun.
have shit. We need to outfit him while we're
Yeah.
here. That's one of our shopping tasks.
So Cleo, having rolled a 16 on the strength check,
Indeed. Thank you.
bursts up through the grate, and as she's there, just pulling herself up through the hole, ripping it open, she sees the light of a fire. There's a campfire, and she bursts out. She can see the night sky up above. She can see the stars. She can see like the faint glow on the horizon from Mid-Space Station. But she's inside a walled-off area. It looks as though, similar to Rad's own home, there is a wall, but this is a taller, almost impenetrable, like fortified wall. Sort of stretches around, and then there seems to be just tents everywhere. This is like a fortified bandit encampment.
Okay.
But more importantly, right where she pops out, there are six humanoid figures, a motley assortment of criminal masterminds, none of whom have drawn their weapons yet. They're all sort of like looking with alarm at the earth sign that has just burst through the ground in front of them. And you can see of the 6 of them.
Rads is on Cleo's shoulder still, I think.
Yep.
So Rads is seeing all this as well.
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
Popping out.
I took him with me.
We're trying to avoid the rocket raccoon fucking similarities, but this is kind of got into the galaxy shit here with him sitting on the shoulder.
Well, I mean, if you were little and you were like in a party of bigs.
This is brownies with Willow,
Yeah,
rather.
it's like
you know?
Yeah,
It's like in Detective Pikachu when he's like, "Hey, can you like pick me up? Because like for every step that you take, I take like 100."
Yes.
Which is pretty fair, really.
It's totally logical. Also, I feel like bears gotta stick together.
Yeah.
Bears gotta stick together. It's just, I think it's actually like a natural law.
Yeah.
It's a natural
That huge groups of bears travel in like swarms.
Yeah. Swarms of bears.
Together.
Can you imagine?
Swarms of bears.
Swarms of them.
Don't
Look at that!
disturb the-
Look at that!
don't
Look
disturb
at
the
that
bear
lovely
hive.
mountain over there. Anne Hathaway, that's not a mountain. That's a swarm of fucking bears.
Wait, did you say Anne Hathaway?
Exactly
Anne
from
Hathaway.
Interstellar, because she points at the wave in the distance, goes, "Oh, those mountains," and then there's
yeah,
a huge
with the
fucking
wave.
that wipes them out.
Oh.
Wait a minute, Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway, that's not a mountain. That's a swarm of bears.
God. Fuck.
It's like,
okay, you're right.
It's like World War Z, where it's like all the zombies are climbing on each other, but it's fucking bears.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Anne
Yeah.
Hathaway. That's not a wall of zombies. That's a wall of bears.
Wall of
Anne
bears.
Hathaway, get your eyes checked, okay? This is life or death situations here, Anne.
Anne Hathaway, this isn't a car. This is a pile of beers.
God damn it!
Fucking hell. Anne.
I wish it was.
We need
a
to stop
pile
putting
of
Anne on
bears.
watch.
This isn't a
okay? She
car.
needs- we can't have Anne doing the night's watch.
Is that gonna be the name of the episode? Just Anne Hathaway?
You know nothing, Anne Hathaway.
It's like Harry Potter, Anne Hathaway and the swarm of bears.
You're a wizard, Anne.
fucking tears in my eyes.
That didn't even have the bear joke in it.
I know. I just wanted Anne to be a wizard. I just want to elevate Anne into being a wizard.
Yeah.
Hey, you, I believe in you. No matter what you do.
And Anne's up there in the Willy
my
Wonka elevator. I can see my house from up here. Like, come on, Anne.
This universe that Dan has built Anne Hathaway out of popular culture is phenomenal.
Oh my god.
That's
Anne Hathaway is inhabiting
It's
this
a
other.
swarm of bears.
This is her multiverse
Okay, so
by Dan.
So anyway, yeah, a literal wall of bears is erupting from the earth, but it's not Anne Hathaway who's seeing it. It's actually...
because if it was, she'd call it a mountain.
So I'm just crunching on some raw noodles.
It's Anne Hathaway.
Nobody has ever come for Anne Hathaway harder than Dan tonight. I feel like we should tag her and we should put her as a member on the episode. Yeah. Anyway, so this I want to hear more about myself. So this wall of bears is just pile driving up through the floor. We've seen the beautiful sky, which is shocking to me because I imagined them being in another warehouse.
Yes.
And then you talked about the fire and I was disgusted because I was like, are these idiots burning a trash fire in an enclosed and unventilated space? Why are we even coming here to fight them when they'll be dead soon? But that's not the case.
No, they do have the sky up above them. They haven't got around to building any ceilings on this fortress.
Okay.
Then they're not prospectors. They don't even really know how to.
Yeah, they're just bandits.
But these bandits.
Embarrassing.
So you got, at a glance, you got two real little guys. You got two real big guys, and you got two sort of just human-sized guys. They're not all guys, but
Okay.
at a glance, these assorted individuals. That's what you're seeing.
Anne Hathaway at it
Looks
again.
like a swarm of bears.
Look, Anne Hathaway.
Oh, it's just 6 guys. And that is clearly not.
Wait, let me roll perception and see if it is in fact just some normal guys or a swarm of bears. Are you fucking
What's up, Anne Hathaway? How you doing?
That's a 2.
Well, Trevor, the Anne Hathaway crown has passed to Trevor for this round.
So as Rads, aka Anne Hathaway, pops out of the ground upon Cleo's shoulder, he looks about and he, as far as you can tell, it is just 6 guys who are scrambling about, fumbling at their belts for weapons. One of them has literally just jumped behind a pile of trash and sort of vanished. I'm just going to draw a pile of trash there, just you know,
Nice.
just for.
It looks like a piece of poop.
It does.
Like a piece of
That's a pile of trash. Okay, that
I'm
drawing
this
there.
large shit.
It's the brown color, isn't it, Taylor?
Yeah. Sorry.
But
Could be
let's get a bit of an idea of what Dr. Z is doing as well.
That's
As,
quite a log.
Rads is being Rads has no choice. He's just sort of pulled up with Cleo. Is Z going to emerge sort of concurrently?
Yes. I'm gonna pop up as well.
I really hope so, because are y'all gonna just let us
No.
be and not come out?
I'm there with you.
Okay.
Popping up. Energy blades at the ready.
Right, good, because
I've got them buzzing.
trust.
They're glowing, and I'm trying to look intimidating.
So as the 3 of you sort of burst from the ground, these bandits are struggling to get their weapons out, and you can see Trevor is coming from behind. He's pulled out his blaster and he's like hoisting himself up as well. Takes him a little bit longer because he doesn't have like stretchy jelly arms or a giant bear propulsion system.
He can stand on
Sad.
my back. He can stick his feet into my back as I stand up with the jelly body. So it's like an elevator.
If you guys have not practiced that, it's gonna be a nightmare.
Like using like sort of like a step ladder where you're like making the jelly sort of go whoop, like a sort of an almost like an escalator.
You better think
where he
real
just, like,
hard about
shoves
that,
one
Dan.
foot in, is like and escalates up the back.
I
of,
mean, yeah, that
Dr.
works.
Z's body.
That's basically what I was thinking. I was just thinking that he just kind of like just kicks his foot into the back of the jelly and just like whoop, just rises up with it. But no, how you've described is way cooler.
Well then, that might be the newest Dr. Z trick.
Yeah.
So as the 4 of you rise up,
Staircase.
Boris is sort of like behind, like,
I'll follow very soon. Just clear the area and then yes, okay.
and sort of backs back into the tunnel. As the 4 of you burst out, you do have the element of surprise, and all 4 of you will have the opportunity to perform an action prior to these enemies.
Oh, look at that! Aren't we bloody great?
Should we just we'll just roll some let's roll some d20s just for like an arbitrary distinction of who goes first.
Yeah. Cool. A 1.
Oh my god.
Great.
So I go first, right?
8.
How are we so shit? How are we so shit? None of those were even in double digits. They were all
I'll
single
roll
digits.
for Trevor here.
Treasure works.
Trevor the
Treasure.
character. Trevor the character,
Treasure,
not,
my
not
God.
Treasure and
the
Trevor
player.
Yeah.
are interchangeable, actually.
Yeah. Panda.
So Trevor is going to be going first with a 10, followed by Cleo with an 8. Then we've got Rads with a 5,
It's
and
me.
taking up the rear
Ugh.
is Dr. Z with a 1.
Yes. I'm here as well.
So as a quick reminder,
Just.
you know, because we haven't had like a serious combat situation for a little while, you each have 3 points of energy, which you can expend during your turn or not during your turn. When it comes back around to your turn, it's going to regenerate back up to 3 lots of energy. So you do want to kind of try and use them before it gets back around. You can make attacks, but only during your turn can you do the attacks. Or other things like dodging out of the way or like, you know, other sort of basic things using your energy you can do during anyone's turn. The attacks, you can do 1 attack with a 2-handed weapon, or you can do 2 attacks with 1-handed weapons.
Ugh.
And that's the general gist of the rules. Let's just jump into this thing as Trevor sort of popping out, escalated up on Dr. Z's body. He just sort of like pops around the side with his blaster in one hand, and he's pointing it at all of the bandits, just trying to like get the drop on them. And I'm just going to roll like an aim thing here. He's not shooting, he's just trying to get the drop on them.
Okay.
He's rolled a 6. He has not really got the drop on them.
Oh no. Is it hard to talk about Trevor while Trevor's here?
It's so much harder than I thought it would be.
When you say it, do you look at Trevor?
Look into his eyes.
I look at Trevor
Look
when you
deeply
say
into
it.
my eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That sounds weird, doesn't it?
That's not weird if you do it daily.
Every time you say it, I look at Trevor.
It's only weird for the first 7 minutes of looking into his eyes, and then it's completely normal.
Every time we touch, I get this feeling.
But yeah, as Trevor is he's bursting out, he's getting his gun, pointing it straight at the head of one of the larger bandits, and that bandit, catching what Trevor is doing, manages to also dive around behind a pile of trash.
Oh,
to take
Wow,
a
these guys are
defensive-
babies.
A defensive position.
there's
And,
trash everywhere. Everywhere's a defensive position.
We're gonna loot the crap out of this place.
I'm gonna find some collectibles.
But regardless, Trevor, he's going to spend another energy point, and he's rushing around to the side to get a point where he can aim back at these guys behind the trash. And then it's Cleo.
Why is he wasting his time getting the guys who are not troublesome?
I don't know what Trevor's deal is, but he is always trying to prove something by going after the most difficult thing.
Hey, they've all got weapons, yeah, and they could take pot shots at you. They could pop up from behind the trash.
There's four
shoot
other
you, and then
people.
duck behind
Fine.
them.
Four other beings.
Someone's got to deal with this problem.
I
And
guess.
Trevor, I think, considers himself the man for the job.
He's the hero.
I guess. Well, fine.
Yeah.
But it's my turn.
Oh
now.
yes.
Says, remember, you've got Rads on your shoulders, so
Yeah.
your
good.
actions affect more than
That's
just yourself.
that. Yeah,
You're
but
drinking for 2 now.
yeah. You mean 3. But realistically, Rads is like a turret.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So this is great.
He's also got a
This is-
shotgun. He's got a shotgun out, so like you get closer.
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm aware that in the past, making a bomb while we were there has been troublesome. It doesn't mean I'm not going to do it anymore. But I am going to... If I don't do anything else, can I make my bear claw an AoE and hit 2 people?
I will allow it.
Bear
I
blade.
love that. I love that about you.
I'm going to get you to
Bear claw.
roll 2 separate attacks. So one of them will be a normal
Okay,
bear
cool.
claw attack. One of them is going to be like a complete disadvantage one. So you'll be doing like a -5 for the second
Got it.
target.
Okay, so this one is bear claw from my character sheet. And whoa, okay, it's a 7.
Oh my god.
So, okay, cool. And do you want just like a flat D20 for the other one, or?
It'll be a D20 -5.
Oh my god, okay, cool. What?
Natural 20! Cleo just coming and swinging. Rads is on her shoulder. I can only assume like taking aim with his big old shotgun. But before he gets a chance to do anything, Cleo clears the distance to the two nearest bandits, swinging at them. She completely misses the first one. Her paw just like not even like really coming close.
Who needs
So then, on the secondary target, she just swipes in. Completely true. She ain't gonna miss. I'm gonna want a D100 just to see how
my
good
days.
this is.
Ow, my glob.
Oh, heck yes. Oh,
And it's 80%.
80% good.
God damn.
of the good.
80% good. Damn.
Damn, man, Hathaway, did you see this?
Mine got, and so you rolled a 5 on the damage. So like at a minimum, I'm doubling that damage, which for anyone who's keeping count is the average hit points, 10 of a sentient being in this world.
Right.
Oh, crap storm.
Cleo just swiping just from shoulder to shoulder and tearing at the chest. So this creature, now that you get a little bit closer, it's a big furry thing, much like Cleo,
Oh, no.
but like a bit taller, like, sort of quite tall and muscular, big long arms, has quite a long snout. No ears, but just sort of fur all over it, long snout, and just a big hulking upper body, which is just suddenly the thing looking down at its chest as its chest is just ripped open. It had sort of mishmash armor. That's nothing. It's no match for Cleo's strength and sharp claws. As the armor tears away, the flesh tears away, ribs are just sort of snapping like twigs.
Oh,
Gross.
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 As this
Gross.
poor
Also
thing
badass.
so lets out a little whoa, and then sort of gurgles as Cleo has just punctured its lungs. It's sort of blood coughing up
Bloody hell,
as it
Dickie.
convulses and just collapses on the ground before the two bears.
wow.
Well,
One down.
banged him like a screen door in a windstorm.
Bloody hell.
The other bandits just sort of looking on with absolute terror. You know, they've been like fiddling to get their weapons out of the holsters. Finally, sort of getting these weapons out. You can see now, standing still very close to Cleo, the one who was just missed has pulled out an energy staff. It's a weapon that is just sort of like a metal pole with just two just shocking, like it has like basically like you can say like aerial, like whippy cords just sort of pop out, just covered with plasma, like a yellow buzzing fizzing plasma. That thing's pulled out and ignited. Behind the piles of trash, you can sort of hear some yelps of surprise, but you don't see anything. Off to one side, the two smaller of the creatures. You see now that they are tiny little things, like 2 feet tall, kind of pink little cuties.
Bobby got space for
a
you.
little
Bobby got a space for you.
Little short guys. One of them has just fired up an energy shield projection, which they are holding almost like out of like a bracer, like a shield in front of themselves and their other diminutive compatriot, who Dr. Z can immediately see is some kind of psychic and is amassing telepathic energy there behind
Already.
Oh,
bugger.
You can tell even at the sort of passive state. I mean, you did roll quite a good number for your searching.
Yeah.
That this little thing is getting ready to do
Alright,
something.
I've got my target.
But prior to that, we're looking at being Rad's turn.
So Cleo killed the one that was directly in front of us, right?
But there's one
She
more.
did,
There's
yeah.
one more.
There's one more.
Yeah.
So
Mobile turret time.
yeah, Rads is gonna level his shotgun directly at this other person. This is the one with the staff, right?
Yeah.
All right, so he'll level his shotgun and take a shot. Not great.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome to the Bastards.
Not great.
So, for reference, and bearing
That's
in
a
mind
bastard
that
roll right
Rads,
there.
Rads legitimately is actually good at this. He's rolled a 7.
Yeah,
No.
Wonderful.
And given that he's using his shield-piercing weapon, which technically does less damage but cannot be avoided, but he's rolled a 0 on damage anyway if it had hit.
No.
So it would have been like a real sort of glancing blow. But what ends up happening is Rads, there on Cleo's shoulder, just fires off this thing, and it's a short-range, wide-striking blast of plasma that just goes into the ground, sending an explosion of dust and shrapnel and dirt, which completely blinds himself and Cleo. But on the bright side, it also blinds the person with energy staff, who's just sort of lost in this cloud of dust that's thrown up by this shotgun being blasted into the ground.
Oh. Silver linings.
Do you want to do anything else, or are you going to remain there on Cleo's shoulder?
For now, I think he'll remain on Cleo's shoulder.
Yeah, if he gets down and he gets lost in that dust,
for defensive stuff anyway.
Yeah.
he's gonna get
They
stepped.
outnumber you all.
He's gonna get
All right,
stepped.
then. In that case, we're
Gonna get stepped.
All
Gonna
right.
get pancaked.
So there are 2 characters. Can you put a shield in front of the characters that have got a shield?
I can certainly do that. Yeah, sorry, I'll
No, all good. I'm just
keep drawing my little things.
okay. Oh, so they're both in the shield. All right.
Kind of. There's one who is sort of holding a shield around the two of them, but the shield is centered around them.
All right.
So they're kind of shielding the other by standing in front of them with their shield enacted.
All right. I am going to. Can I reach out telepathically to the one holding the shield?
You certainly can. You could do whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to try and telepathically reach into the one holding the shield and try and get them to deactivate. But here we go. Telepathy, come on, please. 16.
Shazam! So as you do that, however, the psychic little alien that's behind the shield, his eyes sort of light up, and he spots what Dr. Z is doing, and he shifts his focus. He was planning some sort of other telepathic move, but instead he diverts his energy into trying to counter
All right.
Dr. Z's entry into his compatriot's mind.
Okay. That's 1 point of energy gone.
It's 1 point of energy gone, but we don't know if it's actually... No, I've only rolled a 15, which means you succeed despite defenses.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So what do you do? Are you literally just going to try and force?
Well, first of all,
force him to or force her. It is actually to lower the shield.
Well, first of all, if I can talk to them, I want to say in the other creature's voice, we're here for what you have stolen from us.
So are you making like the shield one, like you're possessing them, basically?
Speak to the one that's psychic, yeah. Because I'm just going to assume that if I can convince two to get to understand what we want, then maybe it can avoid bloodshed, or avoid the fight.
I realized after the bloodshed that I committed that I probably should have tried to have a conversation.
Straight into the death.
Yeah,
it's all right.
Just
Rads did
didn't-
it too.
I mean,
it
was kind of all
like
over
it was
by
an
that
option
stage.
at that moment.
No, it didn't
They
feel
were
like
very
it.
aggressive.
It didn't feel like it, but I feel like this conversation now.
I'm glad you're doing it.
Is going to be better
glad you're doing
because now they know we're not here to fuck about. Not here to fuck spiders.
Yeah, you killed one.
Yeah.
There's like two of them sort of hiding away behind. One of them's in this
You'd
cloud
fuck
of dust.
spiders,
There's
yeah.
just these two tiny ones.
Yeah, so-
like sort of standing there by themselves.
So using that person's voice. Just for editing things, I can record both, but how do you imagine them to sound, the person that I'm talking through?
Oh, just like Bobby.
Bobby got a space for you. Bobby don't want his lung ripped out like that other guy.
All right, so yeah, I've just said, we're here for what you've stolen. Hand it over.
We're here for what you've stolen. Hand it over.
I love it.
Well, we've stolen a lot of things. Which one's yours? Which one's yours? Which one? Do you recognize the small bear on top of the big bear? Oh, I don't know, man. Sure, yeah. We stole from that guy. Yes. So, hand over what you stole. Hey, look, it's not that simple, okay? Well, I've got some very angry bears here who need to have some answers. Otherwise, well, you're all gonna be clawed. Hey, look. I don't want to be clawed, I'll help you out however I can, but, we don't have it. Where is it? Well, it's a long story, Well, you don't have much time. Okay, this is a sorting field. There's a sorting field behind us. This is where they sort the stuff. They sort the finds, and it's there. All right, well, you tell your team to put the weapons down, or, all right. Hey, guys, I mean, there's only 5 of us left. It looks like they got the same numbers. I mean, yeah, put the weapons down, yeah? Throw them over here. Throw them at the bear's feet. Big bear.
And there's sort of you can hear murmuring behind the trash piles. Mm-hmm. The disengaging of the energy staff, which just sort of pops out of the dust cloud, dropping at the feet of Cleo. And then as the dust is sort of settling down, you can hear running footsteps.
Oh, shit.
Of 2 figures just sort of running away at high speed.
Cleo, Rads, maybe even Trevor. Go, get them. I'll stay here with these 2. Boris will help me out if it needs to.
So,
From hail to breakfast.
So yeah, as the dust is clearing, there is this sort of the one humanoid figure. You can now see that there are darks.
Bloody darks every time.
Yep, and she's the one who's thrown down that energy staff / whip weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Can we have it?
I mean, it's right there in front of you if you want it.
Picks it up.
Put it on your tail.
Take your shirt off. Twist it around your head, swing it like a
Trevor,
helicopter.
who was already coming around the side, and we're gonna
head.
go out of combat order for the moment now, I guess.
Okay.
Trevor,
I
who was
picked
already
that whip up.
who was already sort of popping around the side. He's like, I've got eyes on them. They're heading off that way. I could take the shot.
Rads will switch his rifle over to the sniper rifle and see if he can get a bead on him.
I've got a snipe on my head.
Yeah, just come over this angle, Rads. I think we can. Right. And he's lining up. He's got one eye closed. He's reaching out with his blaster and taking aim and trying to shoot down in the back one of these 2 fleeing figures.
Ruthless.
Ruthless.
He has rolled a natural one.
Oh my god!
Oh no! 100.
Embarrassing.
44% wrong.
Okay.
So as Rads is coming around, sniper rifle, clicking off the shotgun attachment, switching things out, putting the sniper rifle on, getting ready to aim, raising that thing up. Trevor takes the shot, misses, hits the ground, sending up another fucking dust cloud, completely removing Rads' vision as he prepares to take the target. You can still take the shot, but you will be at a -5 instead of a +5. He's just gone straight for it with a fucking natural 20.
my
Oh,
God.
actually, it's not a natural 20.
Oh, no, it's a
It's not
15.
natural 20.
Oh no, it's is
Oh
it?
no, so it would have
Oh,
been.
fuck.
It would be a 10 because it's a 15 plus 5, so it would be a.
Damn it! I got so excited.
Oh, that was really exciting
Still,
though. It was
still.
exciting.
Still.
So 10's good with no vision.
Yeah, completely blind, just aiming at
Yeah.
where he suspects this person is.
He didn't even open his eyes. He just did it with his eyes closed. 'Cause
360
there
no
was no point in
scope,
having them
Rads.
open in the first place.
Radical.
And that's
that is extreme.
that is only just a hit though.
Oh,
A 10.
wow.
Take-
I mean,
It's max
And
damage.
as, in
though.
this sort of dust cloud, you hear like a as as one of the two figures has clearly just taken 8 points of damage.
damn, that's good.
Okay.
Very nice. Oh man, yeah, you rolled a d8.
The
think I
dust sort of
got- I think I got
settling.
him.
Are you guys gonna like continue to pursue on foot or?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell these two to come with us. Then I'm gonna keep the one mind controlled and just kind of walk behind them with the energy blades, or jog behind them with the energy blades. We're like,
Once we find what we're here to look for, once we get our battery, and maybe a few other collectibles, you are free to go. But until then, you're with us.
Oh man. Okay, so those two just sort of, one of them sort of mindlessly walking along under Z's control. The other, the telepathic one, sort of just like marching along, hands up. Is you gonna do something similar with the darks?
because there's one more left, right?
So there's three of them alive,
Yeah.
with you guys.
Yeah, I
one
mean-
who's surrendered her weapon, one who's under control, and one who is
Yeah, we'll definitely like
been talking to.
glare at them, being like,
You two darks.
And she sort of like just almost like sulkily just sort of steps into the queue with the two little aliens. The three of them all just sort of marching along, dark looks back at you. But the two ahead, as the dust is clearing, you can see that they're fleeing. The one uninjured one helping the one who's been shot by Rads along, as they are still fleeing towards. You can see now up ahead that there's like a sea of tents, but then as you sort of get towards the back of the compound, there's just one really huge tent, a big white tent made of just, it looks like it's something that they've scavenged, like it might be like an official biofuel biohazard tent or something. It looks
Okay.
like the sort of like thing that would be set up like as like a quick base for some sort of official operation by one of the big mega corporates in space.
awesome.
And they're fleeing towards that thing.
Okay.
What are we all thinking? What's happening here?
I can't decide if they're trying to get away just because they're freaked out, because that could be why, or if they have something. Because if we go, it's not a big deal.
Because you could shoot at them again. Like, there's nothing stopping you from just taking them out as they run.
I like that idea. That's probably what Rads would try.
I feel like this is one of those moments where if we say let them go, they probably have the damn thing.
Well, Rads is of the mindset right now that it's not so much about, oh no, they might go and get backup. It's like, or oh, they might have the thing. It's that, no, we're gonna kill them all because then we can just search the place for it, and then return
Well, if they
all
run
the
away,
things
we
to
can
people.
still search the place.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But I suppose Rads, you've been getting like you've heard of them hassling everyone on
Yeah, it's
the planet.
definitely a lot more personal for Rads.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing too, is that he's very much you follow the code of the Prospectors Guild, and so these guys have pissed him off over the fact that they've been hitting other people.
Yeah.
Well then, I mean that sounds to me like maybe you just want to take another shot.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Roll that thing.
All right, here we go. And scope.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh my god, that was so
Max
close.
damage again?
Jeez.
Gee willikers.
Rads.
Now, yeah,
Rads
I really should have asked this before you rolled.
I was gonna say he was aiming for the guy who was uninjured because he was gonna injure them both to slow them both down.
Well, I'm just going to have to believe you on that because I was foolish enough not to ask this.
You just got Trevor.
Because this is a 23. 23, that's an easy hit. This guy
You got treasured.
would need superhuman dexterity or a natural 20 to avoid it, but it's neither because he's expending all his energy to sprint away. And so both now have taken a a frightening 8 points of damage. Both are just like limping along now, leaving a trail of blood behind them.
After he takes that second shot, he's gonna like shoot a glance over at Trevor and be like, "I thought you said you knew how to use that thing."
Oh.
Trevor's like, "Just watch this," and
Ooh, this is like
lifting up
Trevor.
again his one-handed blaster,
Face off.
like one eye closed. He's turning side on. He's aiming this thing in. It's a real Dirty Harry kind of pose as he lines up the shot.
Oh yeah.
Better roll to back that up, Dick.
And takes it.
Come on, Dickie.
Please
We
be another
believe in
nat
you
one.
somewhat.
Rolling an 8. And once again, the blaster, the plasma just whistles past the head of one of these fleeing bandits. Trevor's like, "Damn it! I'm normally much better at this, I'll have you know. I need a ship."
I knew he was going to blame it on not being in a ship. If I was just in a ship, I could do it. Yeah.
So these two are sort of limping along. The three under your control are looking a little bit sort of like unsettled, but given that they're still surrounded by the company of the lot of you, they're not making any sort of move to flee or call to their friends.
Can I yell out,
Boris! Boris, where the bloody hell are you?
Yes, see, I can hear shots. Is it safe to come up yet?
Yes, Boris, it's safe to come out here. You can stand behind us. It's Rads. It's your friend Rads taking shots.
Okay.
You can hear a splash as Boris makes his first attempt to climb out and
gross.
fails.
Ew.
Oh, Boris.
Jeez.
But then, after a momentary lapse, you see Boris peeling himself up. He's still completely drenched with water, peeling himself up and out onto the ground, sort of rolling out onto his back, taking a few wheezed gasps before getting himself back up onto his feet and jogging over to follow behind.
Yes, well, bloody Boris, just keep your gun on these three. No need to hurt them. They're going to cooperate, aren't you?
I didn't bring a gun, Z.
Well, then just, point whatever you've got in your pockets. Point a tool at them. Something that would hurt.
Oh, motherfucker.
And Boris pulls out a what could only be described as a miniature Omni tool.
Yeah. Well,
Oh my god.
yeah.
And it's shaped a bit like a pistol, but quite a bit longer, like a sawn-off shotgun kind of size. And he sort of pops a button, and the front sort of opens up and whirls around, and there is what kind of looks like, I guess, like a spinning, rotating drill gun.
Yes.
But it sort of looks like just kind of a drill harpoon.
Excellent, yes.
He gets up behind the docks and
No funny business.
Damn, what have you guys done to Boris? He was never this violent before.
Well, he's been a bastard for too long.
Yes. Boris knows what needs to be done. No funny business.
Oh no, Rads. I'm just acting. I wouldn't really stab her with this.
He says it right by the guy.
Yes, Boris, pretend like you wouldn't do it.
Yes, but really, I would.
and he gives a big wink back to Dr. Z.
Boris is fucking unhinged.
Oh, Boris is a mad lad now. I done told you now. Now,
The darks, for her part, is like for a moment she was almost looking like she was going to like try and like sort of turn around and take the weapon from Boris. That look fades almost instantly as there's like a really off-put terror in her eyes where she sort of like actually tenses up now. The Boris like sort of cackling and actually sort of placing the drill like against her back between her shoulder blades. She's sort of like just takes her like almost like a leap ahead. Like
I'm not doing anything. Don't worry. It's fine. Tell him. Like, no trouble.
And Boris is like,
I wouldn't do it. Don't worry. I'm only playing.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus.
at this point, like, do you guys even know?
I don't
whether
even
or
know
not
if
he would do it?
Boris would do it or not. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Boris is too wild.
such
We
a
don't
wild card.
Truly, you can't know. You can. I mean, he made Reese into a
He did.
knife.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. It's just meant to charge the shields, turn the whole bloody thing into a knife.
we can't.
We can't know.
You can't know. Boris is not necessarily safe.
The only thing we know is that you can't know.
Can't though.
But anyway, there's a bit of sound of scuffling in the big white tent up ahead. You can sort of see like sort of movement. You can see lights moving. You can see like sort of like rushes of air. You can sort of see as you're sort of like catching up towards the injured bandits that like some of these other campsites, and there's a number of tents. There's more than like there's the 6 people that you've seen, but there's more like 20 tents in here.
Oh no.
And some of these tents look like they've been abandoned rather quickly, as though like maybe people, upon hearing the gunfire, just bolted back towards this central tent. There doesn't seem to be anyone else out here around you. You're sort of just walking through the cold night air, catching up, or I guess rushing along, catching up to the limping, injured members who they're not making good time anymore. I assume you're going to try and like catch up to them before they get to the big white tent.
We're gonna try.
Well,
Wait. Okay, hold on. Can we notice anything about the big white tent? Like is there light inside, or is there noise, or?
So there's light inside. Like there's like like big battery powered like torches just sort of like moving about in there. You get the impression that like whoever else is in this camp is in there like rushing to do something.
Oh, that ain't.
They're getting a ship
that ain't
ready, aren't
good.
they? They're going to fly off with the fucking battery because they've been here trying to recharge their ship because they've had to revert to crime because they didn't want to be criminals, but they've been stuck here, and then they've Dick's smiling, and and we're going to be like, well, fuck, I just killed your friends, and now, of course, go off and take the fucking the bugger.
That's a really good idea, Dan. I wish that was my idea.
I was about to say, Dick's never done that before. Then I'm like, oh wait, the craw.
Every time they set up to be a bad person, they're not.
Look, I like where you're going with that, Dan, but it's too late.
No.
And there's more damage if they get away. What if they have our thing?
Yeah, then we're stuck here.
What if our thing is on the
stuck here
ship?
looking for a bloody other battery. Yeah.
Where are we at this moment in the action order?
So I've paused the action order so we could resume basically from any old place. You guys once again are going to have the drop on these two, and if you want to catch up with them, if you just move fast, you will catch them before they get to the tent.
I feel like they are less of a threat than whatever's happening in the tent, and I'm nervous. What if there is a ship in the tent?
Well, if Cleo...
What if I throw a bomb into the tent?
Oh my god!
It's like they're like limping along. Oh god! And like there's this bear lumbering up, and then like they think, oh Cleo, she's gonna catch it. Then Cleo just rushes straight past them, pulls out a grenade, and throws into the tent.
What if it's a
Our
small
battery
one?
could be in there.
Okay. You're right. Can I run at them but not interact with them at all and just run into the tent?
Yeah.
Before them.
100%. I really love it.
I can't stress how much I don't care about these two idiots. I really care about the tent.
Rads is on Cleo's back, right?
He is.
If you want off, you
you're in
better
for a ride.
pull
No,
the
so
rope.
while Cleo is running past, you said using an energy you can make 2 attacks with 2 one-handed weapons, right?
Oh yeah, if you unclick like both your like if you don't have either of your attachments on, you can literally just like dual wield your 2 pistols and go bang bang.
Yeah, so Rads is gonna make pistol attacks at both of them as we're passing, because they're all.
Okay, so let me set the scene here. Cleo
Rads came here to murder hobo.
going into full bear speed mode. Sort of dropping down. I'm imagining sort of lumbering almost like on 3 paws, just getting into a proper
like
bear run.
That good bear run
yeah,
where your fat is just shifting and like
the-
you're hitting the ground.
Boom. Just lumbering along in a bear gallop to get to full speed, because she just wants to get into this tent before whatever the hell they're doing gets done. The limping, they're like jogging along, limping, like holding their injuries, holding like weapons in one hand, sort of loosely. One of them's like dragging an energy rifle, just like along the ground. They're like, like sort of shrieking as Cleo comes up on them, and then Cleo just sort of like sprints past. At which point, Rads, having finally sort of unstrapped the sniper rifle attachment, pulls out both ludicrous energy blasters, pointing one at each of these these poor fleeing bandits, and takes 2 shots. Let's have them.
That's a 10. Okay. The first
10.
one.
It's enough to hit a non-resistant target.
Oh.
Oh my god. So they both hit, but one of them is like a natural 1 for damage, which is the only thing you could roll that wouldn't take them both out.
You got lucky. You got lucky. He deserves to live.
Just firing both blasters. One of them just takes a blaster shot right through the head and just drops dead. Drops stone dead in their tracks into the trash. The other one is just swiped with it. Just bloody battered. They just sort of drop down onto their ass. Just sitting there.
Oh my god, I just had...
on the ground, just sort of bleeding, gasping, holding their wounds.
We're gonna go into the tent, and it's gonna be like a bunch of kids.
Rads.
As Cleo lumbers past.
Rads
Shut up, Dick's face just lit up.
Rads like spins his blasters and then like cross the way, like clicks them both back into the sniper rifle and the shotgun attachments, and then looks at
Solid Snake.
and then looks at Trevor like way back in the distance and just gives him a wink and then turns back around to face the tent.
Trevor is like practically like, like shaking his fist, but Trevor sort of like races up to like to hold the surviving bandit at gunpoint. Meanwhile, Boris is still leading the prisoners with his thing, like cackling like a crazy psychopath. What is Z gonna do here?
Just continue. I'm gonna ask.
What is this? What is this place?
Oh man, I told you, it's the sorting plant. We sort the things.
Who are you working for?
Wait, no, we're working for us. We're collective. We're collective. We're the dirty skulls.
Yes.
Oh my god, they're
Now-
the
We're the
bastards.
dirty skulls, man. You know dirty
Yes,
skulls.
I want to get a Dirty Skulls jacket actually when we're done here. If you've well, it looks like there might be some spare ones actually, but
Hey, I don't want trouble.
And he's like frantically like he's got this tiny little bomber jacket with a big Dirty Skulls patch on the back, and just sort of like pulling out of it and like frantically sort of like reaching back towards
This
Dr.
is
Z
so
with
messed
it.
up.
That is no sudden movements, buddy.
it's quite all right. It's quite all right, Boris. I'm just going to oh, look at
gonna
that.
put
That's
their
an amazing
gear on
piece of
while we-
merchandise. Thank you. Put it on.
It's too small for the honey boy to wear in the usual shape you take, but you could always sort of like become like sort of a really bottom heavy honey boy with a tiny little set of shoulders and arms, and
I'll just absorb it and have it just floating in the body, just gelatinous cube style collecting things,
Or it's actually almost small enough that he could like take it inside the honey boy, and then he could put his tentacles.
Well, then that's what I'm doing. And that's what I'm gonna do.
Now that's it right
So
there.
I've sort of rejigged this little display here a little bit. So you've got like over here you got Trevor guarding the injured one. Over here you've got Boris leading the 3 prisoners. Cleo and Rads racing into the tent. Dr. Z not far behind.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep closer to Trevor and Boris just in case shit kicks off.
That's fair. And you're still obviously psychically controlling.
one of them. Yeah.
And
Actually, to that effect, can I scan their mind and try and see like what's going on? Like what from their perspective, what have they been doing? I want to figure out like what is all these tents? What is going on here? And yeah.
All right, so you're already there in his mind. You're staying close enough to not
Taylor's face is like, oh no,
escape this. But
you can't
he
erase.
is trying to resist. But it's only a 9. You've got a 16 still going there without even having to roll again. So he's not able to resist.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not able to resist. The he is the one that you're talking to, the psychic one. And these are the little pink aliens.
Yeah.
Whose species we have not yet named.
Ooh.
Little pink alien.
Alien bums. Pink bumps. It is
They're called,
it's blasphemous to cover your bum
bums.
when you're a pink alien.
They're called gomes.
Gomes.
They're called what?
Gomes.
Gomes.
Gomes?
Gums?
Gomes.
Gomes.
So, sort of fluttering your little psychic tendrils through her thoughts, you get a bit of an idea of what's going on in this compound. They're a gang called the Dirty Skulls. They've only been in Prospect Town for a little while. They've been here for a couple of weeks, and they've been trying to make a name for themselves. They're actually a bunch of refugees.
Fuck.
Who fled out of Wraith space as the warlords have been basically there's a couple planets, sort of fringe planets in Wraith space that just keep getting taken by different Wraith warlords, and it's become intolerable to stay living there if you're not part of the occupying army. So they've fled to mid space and didn't know what else to do. So they decided, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to pick a scary name. We're going to get matching jackets, and we're going to establish ourselves as the biggest, baddest gang in Prospect Town. So they've been going about and they've been trying their best to just hit everyone at once. They've been incredibly lucky so far that they've not fucked up, because they are not a very well-established unit. They don't have a lot of weapons, and there is their numbers, in fact, only total 18.
18 now or 18 total before?
18 total, sorry. So yes.
16.
16 now. 16 bordering on 15, if we're going to be perfectly honest. There's one of them who, without medical attention, ain't going to be long for this world.
Whoops.
15 in the 10th.
But yeah, probably 15 in the 10th. And you know that they've been stealing all kinds of people from all kinds of people. Most of what they've got has just been kind of just your average Prospect Town trash. But they've been trying to get the good bits. So they have hauled away a broken hovercraft. They have their own starship, which is completely demolished upon entry into Prospect Town. They did not have a good landing.
Okay.
They have multiple powerful batteries, including the one that they stole from Rads. And interestingly, they have a blaster cannon from some sort of synth warship.
Do they?
Okay.
It's as Dr. Z is learning all this that Cleo and Rads burst into the tent. And they burst in the middle of some sort of carnage. So there are people rushing around, just carrying things and shoving them into boxes. Those boxes are all being loaded onto the back of a hovercraft by a huge 20-foot cyclopean creature, much like Parter, who is just loading. They're loading these boxes onto the hover vehicle as people sort of scrambling about to just sort of get things on there. But closer to the entrance that Cleo has just run in, there's a group of 4 of the tiny pink aliens, of the Gomes. And they're all carrying together a massive energy cannon, which is pointed straight at the door.
Oh, shit.
And they, in a concerted effort, take a shot. Now, I'll roll this thing before you decide what sort of defensive maneuvers you might want to take. The two of you.
You're going to roll before we say what we're going to do?
Well, if it's going to miss, then you don't have to worry so much about it, do you?
All right.
Mighty kind of you.
Watch him roll on that 20.
I've rolled an 18.
Oh my fucking god.
Cool. All right, look. Wow. Well,
Tay, I know what you should do.
Hey, at least Rads has shields.
You've got the thing that piece of the missile. Fucking let it rip and just fly into the sky.
It's like, fuck. I forgot.
Like a rocket jump.
I forgot that I had that. Wait, do we have it or did I lose it?
No, you still got it on
No,
yourself.
you have it for sure.
Yeah, it's strapped to your back right now.
Okay.
You took it off your back and lowered it back down to the thing, but we didn't really say whether or not you strapped it back onto yourself. But Boris hasn't been carrying it, so it's safe to say that Cleo just sort of strapped it back on.
I would have nobody else could carry it, I think. So
as far as your character sheet is involved, you're still carrying it, and that's what matters, is what it says on the paper.
You got a parachute and you got a rocket,
that's
so
right,
you can do both these things.
Oh Oh my god.
Also,
yeah,
sorry. I mean,
that's
just
no. I forgot we had that. That's definitely what I want to do, though. I want to get away.
I don't know if you guys saw my face when Dan was saying that, but I was just like, I fucking realized what he was saying as soon as he said it.
I mean, I can't imagine how else you get out of a blaster fire at point blank range quicker than.
I mean, my last ditch emergency theory is that, like, if you're in trouble but you can act crazy enough to scare the other party, then you might be safe.
I mean, is there much scarier than a giant flying armored bear with a smaller bear-like creature on its shoulder with two oversized guns hanging on for dear life because Rads ain't strapped on.
He's not strapped on at all.
Yeah, I mean, like, Cleo is looking down the barrel of this plasma cannon or, you know, what have you, and Rads is on my head or whatever, and I probably feel him spike up, or bristle is, I guess, the etymological term.
Mm-hmm. Is it?
And, I don't know. People say it. We're keeping it. We're taking it. We're co-opting it for us. And we're gonna look around. We're looking down that gun, and I'm just gonna be like, wow, on second thought, it's a little too crowded in here for me. You couldn't cuss the cat without getting fur in your mouth. Bye. And I'm just gonna reach over my head, and I'm gonna peel off the bungee cord. Is gonna go flying. Hopefully it hits somebody in the eye on its little, like, what is that, like, that weapon, what is that called? Bolos?
Bolo or bolo.
It's going. Caltrops. As the resident explosives expert, I'm gonna assume that Cleo would know how to ignite this little boogie board.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking you grab basically like the ignition port of an explosive kit and just like jam it on there and just like.
Yeah.
As soon as Cleo grabs the damn thing,
Modular.
Rads is just like holding on to dear life, like onto her armor or whatever. It's
like little fingers like just clutching under the straps, like.
And I'm gonna jump on it just like a boogie board, and I'm gonna yell, "Hold on!"
Oh my God.
So you're lying on it, sort of like facing forwards, yeah, like.
No, I'm like
surfer style.
I'm like standing on it, but like this.
Oh yeah, like bodyboarding type way.
Yeah, like I actually did it on my chair. Yeah. I'm like on it, but I'm like crouching, and maybe I'm like holding it, so almost like a skateboard.
Yeah. Someone please draw this.
Ready to drop in. All right, so Cleo ignites the thing, and in the nick of time, because they aim, they fire, and Cleo, along with Rads and this boogie board, just launch, and it's like in the blink of an eye, they are like just rushing up towards the top of the tent. This thing, it goes
and everybody
fast.
outside just sees us go straight through the roof.
Team Rocket's blasting off again.
Surrender now or prepare to fight. Someone else.
It's like a cartoon when they run through a wall and there's like the outline of them in the wall, but it's like that in the top of the tent. Yeah. The outline of Cleo and Rads on the boogie board in the top of the tent.
Oh my God.
So that thing would have done 10 points of damage. I'll just roll the damage just to see.
Okay, cool. Well, not today.
Not today, as 10 points of damage is just blasted into the ground just outside the tent. It's Dr. Z sort of narrowly, just like a blast explosion, a small crater opening up in front of his feet. Cleo just taking off into the air. I'm going to need both of you to give me strength saves just to see how well you hang on to this thing as it blasts up.
Well,
Cleo
everybody, this is where it all goes south.
Come on, Cleo.
Rads gets a
unfortunately, Rads has got a -5 to strength, so...
Okay, cool. Well, let's see. Strength. Pow!
Oh,
natural 1. So, Rads, I want to see the roll anyway, but it is... he would have held on to. It's moot point because...
How?
Maybe I fall off, but Rads like stays on the boogie board.
Because Cleo's got the parachute, so...
Oh, that's true, actually.
That is true, the parachute.
Cleo's a +5 and roll the natural 1.
Hey, it happens, man. You gotta go.
Rads has a -5.
And you've still ended up with an 11, which is
that's amazing.
Enough to hang on
It
to
doesn't
Cleo
happen.
while she hurtles through the air at
The dice
extreme
are-
high speeds.
The dice are really
The
telling our
crappening.
story tonight.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, though. This is not really a vehicle. This is a thing that we put ourselves onto. Shit on a shingle.
It wasn't going to work
we
well
are
anyways.
We are on a shard of metal. We have ignited the metal. We are flying straight up through this tent. What is next? That's the part we didn't care about, but we're getting it now.
Yeah, well,
Interest.
let's just get a little D100 there just to see how catastrophically this is a failure.
Of course. I mean, why wouldn't we do that?
Oh, good.
20, it's
Okay.
a pretty average failure, really.
It's only
Only
20% bad.
Average catastrophic failure.
Yeah.
As Cleo launched up to the sky, she's just carried up 50 feet into the air, way up there, like near the top of this tent, as she loses grip. It just sort of slips whoop, out of her bear claws as the flying boogie board, as we shall now call it, the torpedo part, just goes whoop and sort of zips, cutting a small hole through the top of the tent and just vanishing off into the sky. You can't even, like, it's going so fast and picking, like, the acceleration is such. This thing is designed to fly through space at moving ships. This thing is fast. And it just whips off away.
Yeah.
You can't even hear it anymore before you find yourself just in free fall near the top of the tent, looking down. There's a bit of vertigo. Everyone is just tiny down below there.
Please tell me that we got like a little horizontal movement, or do we just fall straight
down
back
into the fucking crater?
right back in front of the
Now
platform?
you've got loads of forward momentum. So you've shot up over top of the cannon, and you're sort of like now sort of towards the middle of the room where people are scurrying about. Everyone's
thank God.
looking up at you. The giant cyclops sort of just like up as Cleo is just sort of like flailing in the air. Rads, for his part, on Cleo's shoulder, just hanging on tight, like clinging. And you imagine, like, when a cat like is like gone into like full on, like all my claws on all four limbs just clutched on.
That is such a Buzz Lightyear. Now that's falling with style.
As Cleo, I imagine just like, like sort of short bare legs, kind of just like running in midair, like whoa, as it vanishes up.
Oh God.
You have precious moments to decide what to do here.
Okay, I'm like, wait, so I'm flailing in the air?
You're flailing in the air. You're falling. Falling with style.
Yeah. Falling with style, call it what it is.
You still have quite a lot of forward momentum, so you're sort of falling forwards, almost towards like the hover vessel that's loaded up. But you are at such a height that your armor would not really save you. You would take a more likely than not lethal amount of damage upon impact.
I'm not worried about that because I do have a parachute. I am worried about the location in the tent in which I am falling. If I were to enact the parachute at this time.
So if you were to enact it immediately, you'd basically fall down behind the little gomes with the cannon. If you were to wait a little while, you could
That's it.
You could land like on the people who are loading the stuff up. And if you were to sort of like really cut it fine and be like at sort of near the end of your arc, you could potentially enact it and drift down to the escape vehicle and the Cyclops.
Oh, 3 choices.
Okay, can I tell you? Negotiate. Can I tell you what my goals are?
That's ideally what I want here. You tell me your goals.
Great.
We roll some dice and
these
see
are
whether
my-
they come true. That's how it works.
I would like to land on someone that I can take hostage, and then I will throw Rads into the vehicle.
Hell yes.
I mean, a controlled land with you're going to parachute land, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a dexterity
Dick's
roll.
like,
It's a
you're-
dexterity
Dick's
roll.
like- Look,
I was trying
I'm
to come up
aware
with
of it.
I'm trying to come up with an excuse for you here, but it's
No,
it's a dexterity
it's fine,
roll.
Dick. It's fine. I'm gonna try it really hard. I'm gonna try with flavor. And if it all fails, I have an other idea.
Part C, improvise.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's not probably the best, but it is there. So,
All right, so
how
are
many
you
dexterity
aiming
rolls
for?
can one fail?
Are you aiming for one of the smaller people, or are you aiming for the giant Cyclops?
Is it okay? I know that this is also a stretch, but is it possible for me to like have in my original like viewing of the room, is it possible to perceive if any of these individuals have maybe like a higher value than another? Or like is there a leader or someone that's giving direction?
So
I know that they're a like Robin Hood little gang and everything, but like, is somebody more cool and special?
So there is, in the middle of the group, like sort of a wizened looking wraith with they don't have any hair, but like you can tell like if they did, they would have like long silvery hair, quite like sort of a hunched, multi-limbed thing with a sort of a walking stick and sort of like moving about almost like a praying mantis.
I like it.
And they're the only person who isn't loading stuff on. And like when you got in, you got the distinct impression that they were perhaps even just telling people what to load.
That's all I need to know. That's who I want.
All right. Well, give me a dex save
of
to
this
see how
operation.
well you're able to like
All right.
pull this ripcord and aim your fall.
I'm gonna
nail it. You're gonna nail it.
I'm gonna reach up and like rub Rads' head.
Toss me.
For good luck. Bear on bear. bear on bear luck. And here comes that dex roll. It's a 12.
Oh my.
That's like really good for me,
Cleo.
though.
Yeah, it is.
It's because of Rads.
That was the luck.
I was right. I knew that I had a suspicion.
Rads will scratch
and it
Cleo
was correct.
behind the ears as they're following.
So Cleo
As
and
we
Rads
successfully attain this elderly person.
Cleo and Rads like sort of like windmilling through the air, reaching an arc up above this this elderly wraith before Cleo sort of just slams the buttons, pops up the little safety thing on her armor and slams the button, and a back panel sort of pops off and goes flying and dropping down below as the parachute whoops out, opens up. Cleo sort of suddenly stopping and swinging out with the momentum on the ropes. Rad's still like hanging on for all he's worth as they sort of stop and swing and start descending, still rather quite fast as the parachute is sort of like trying to catch the air, sort of in the air above you, slowing your speed down, but not to a drifting point. You don't have a lot of time for this thing, but it slows you down sort of to less than a terminal descent as you're coming down, and you can see you are coming down directly on target, straight towards this wraith who's like sort of like looking up like and sort of like trying to like work out how he can move out of the way, like one way, this way, like dropping the walking stick as this giant bear is like coming straight at it. It's like whoa! You get this sort of view, like almost like that sort of first person view of like someone like left, right, no, oh god, bear coming. Cleo's descending directly upon him. And Cleo is going to come in. Are you going to like draw a weapon ready to just like take a hostage, or what's the?
Yeah, I definitely have my blaster.
So Cleo's pulled out her blaster, got like a claw ready to sort of grab.
She's going to throw Rads with the other hand.
As the two of you,
I'm going to throw Rads when we land for optimum throwing.
That's fair.
As the two of you are like nearing the ground, the giant Cyclops lunges forward, one massively long arm clawing at the air, trying to grab at the parachute and pull you off your target.
Oh god.
Oh god.
I've rolled a 10.
Okay.
They ain't gonna beat no 12.
Yes.
No, it ain't.
Yes.
Clutching at nothing but air as Cleo elegantly sort of like comes out of the ground. The automatic sensors in her armor sort of plopping and dropping the parachute off as it sort of just lands, neatly on the trash ground behind her as she just lands bodily on this wraith. Weapon drawn. The wraith is just sort of crumpled beneath, like knocked down to the ground as Cleo is able to like literally just like land like a foot on him and hold him down at gunpoint.
Fuck yeah, Cleo.
Oh,
Party
man.
pose.
Yeah.
Party pose.
Pose.
And everyone sort of freezes, like looking about. The golems are like awkwardly trying to turn the cannon back around. The Cyclops is sort of like looking at us.
Too late.
Looking at their giant hand.
I have gripped this grandparent
Have we attained this? Have we attained this elderly
Like
person?
one of
Was not
those,
something I
like-
expected to hear today. By the way,
We have attained the elderly person. This is definitely one of those old school hostage style grabs where it's like one massive arm around the front of the hostage, securing both arms, weapon in the other hand, and I'm just gonna kind of like wheel it around a little bit so everybody gets like a really good view of the elderly person that we have collected. The ultimate loot. Well, now I know that y'all ain't got the good sense that Glob gave a rock, but here's how it's gonna go down now. You ain't gonna shoot that bang at us, or we're gonna shoot our bang at your old person here. Now!
Listen to her. I don't think she's lying.
Well, I ain't. Because if you check outside, we've already gotten a couple other ones.
Are you still gonna throw Rads onto the vehicle, or
Rads is like, "Hey, toss me over to that hovercraft thing."
which they have loaded most of their spoils onto as well. It's almost gift wrapped you the ability to take everything they've stolen.
Is everybody distracted?
They're all just like
They're all
staring
focused
at
on
you.
you.
Like they've got their guns drawn sort of point at you, but no one is making a move to
made-
attack.
I would like to take this time to hurl Rads across the room behind me in a direction that I have checked by looking very quickly, but we cannot be sure.
You've made yourself the most conspicuous person in the room to do this action that you don't really want people to see.
Okay, well that's a literal 0 roll. there.
Rad's about to feel the ground. Happy birthday to the ground.
Happy birthday to the ground.
Well, I've rolled as it's bad,
Yeah.
guys.
You've
I
tossed
mean-
Rads in the approximate direction of the vehicle.
Hey, Rad, you're gonna have to make it the
Okay.
rest of the way yourself.
Can you imagine this scene, like how serious, and then I hurl Rads,
but
and
Cleo,
it's just not even
it's
in
like you
the
don't
remotely.
even. You're so intense, so aggressive that you'll even hurt
I
your
don't
own
give
friend.
a shit.
I don't,
I don't give a shit.
Give me what I want.
I don't give a shit. I've got your people
And fuck
right
this
here.
little bit.
Fuck this guy.
Cleo's got the gun pointed. She's got Grandpa held hostage. She like grabs Rads, peels him off her shoulder, and just flings him in what she assumes is the right direction. It is not. Rads sort of just goes flying head over heels, and you can see that you're about to crash straight into one of the tent poles. Unless you make some kind of dexterity save.
Come on, Rad, you can do this.
Engineering, airbag,
yeah.
airbag.
He wouldn't be able to make something in the air. I mean, maybe he would.
He's so
but
smart, though.
You got this.
What if?
I'll do Dex. Okay.
Oh,
You got this.
okay.
Fuck, you don't got this.
Everybody.
Wow.
That's a natural one.
Okay.
You really
Well,
caught the bastard
This is
rolls
fucking
off us.
amazing.
Wow.
Oh my god.
give
Dude, I already
me
had
a
the
cheeky
curse.
little D100. Let's just
Holy
see how
shit.
bad the damage is.
Oh fuck.
Oh,
58.
Jesus.
It's worse than
the
average.
top half of bad.
Grinning like a jackass.
just
eating
like-
So
fries.
Rads.
It's just like this. Cleo has her little speech moment and then throws Rads, and all you hear is just like ding. of the ball.
Rads sort of fly, tries to correct himself, tries to sort of like,
10
get to a point where he
points!
would like land on some of his limbs and sort of not go sort of like scuffing about, not like lose anything. None of that quite pans out as Rads can see that like he's like, oh, I'm gonna sort of maybe do a forward flip, maybe, and then he's just coming face first down to the ground as he slams into it. His energy shield popping up and taking only
Oh,
1
that's
point
right.
of damage.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's fine,
It's
Rads.
fine.
What off to
It's
Rada?
fine.
Jesus.
As
It's
as
fine.
both his weapons
Damn it.
are just like sort of like raked along the ground out of his hands as he sort of face first, just almost like burying in the trash, flips over and slams his back. Not painfully. He's got armor and shields, but he still slams his back into the tent pole. Upside down, like rested on his shoulder blades.
Yeah.
His weapons sort of left behind him on the ground.
Party
Was
pose.
uninjured.
Party pose. You're all right. Walk it off, Trevor. Walk it off.
And it's at this
You're okay.
point, Dr. Z, just in time to see Cleo land, capture a person, and then inexplicably toss Rads face first into the ground.
Jesus.
Dr. Z comes through the door.
Dr. Z's like, oh no, she's got the bloodlust.
Yeah.
Can we just take a minute though to like appreciate that Trevor only got 1 point of
1
damage
point.
from that,
That's-
and how much worse could that
You
really
could have
have
both
been?
taken
Real
10
damage.
points of
It's
damage from the
shield
plasma
damage.
fucking gun, so you'd be.
I mean, look, we had to take
Yeah.
a detour,
But you made it.
but
You
we got
it.
where we wanted to get in the end.
I want to
I guess.
I want to say be like,
Cleo, good. Good to see that you're got control of the situation. Rads, what are you doing over there? Get up. Very embarrassing. Trevor, I don't know why you're embarrassed by this character. You're just clearly lulling about over there.
Trevor and Boris, not far behind with all the prisoners. They come in, like, you can see like a big smirk on his face as he peeks his head around the corner, a big shit-eating grin as he sees that Rads is sort of flipped over in the trash on the ground.
yes.
Like, I thought you
my
said you
God,
know
Trevor.
how to keep hold of those things, old boy.
Rads is gonna like kind of jump up and dust himself off and be like,
I mean, that was a fluke. It was a one-time thing.
Yes, well, good.
Anyways, it looks like we've got ourselves a situation here.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be a situation, though. We're just here for one thing.
What's the one thing you need? Don't hurt him. Let's evaluate it. We need him. We need him alive if we're going to be the biggest gang in town.
The 20-foot Cyclops alien is sort of like, sort of frantically pointing down at Cleo and the Wraith.
What do you mean, evaluator?
The evaluator evaluates the fines and
Boris.
Sorry, then don't you move.
Oh, Boris,
because
just-
I've still got this drill and
Boris, no one's
would
moving.
never-
Cleo has got someone under control. Put the drill away.
Oh, right. Oh, good, because honestly, I wouldn't have done it.
Yes, well, good to know that.
Just want to let you know. I know I've been stabbing you in the back with it, but
Boris, I'm-
this doesn't even have any batteries in it. I use them for something else.
Right, well, that seems to be on trend with you, Boris. Boris, what is an evaluator, and is this character an evaluator?
An evaluator? Well, the evaluators are the upper echelon of the Prospectors Guild.
Well, Boris, do you want to go and find out if Cleo's new friend is an evaluator?
But an evaluator wouldn't be working with these hooligans. I suspect that they are lying.
Same, because...
I look out across to
Oh
the
my
big
God.
one and be like,
Now, Boris here and Rads have it on good authority that you might be lying.
The Wraith, looking a little bit panicked, was like,
Yes, it's a lie. They're lying. I'm just one of them.
Oh, yeah. When I say I mean our gang's evaluator. I don't know anything about the local customs or anything. What that word it's just a normal word, isn't it? They evaluate what we found and tell us what it's worth. That's nothing.
Rads is gonna take a shot at the guy because Rads.
wait, why?
Yes. Well, because he's just claimed to be one of the top in the Prospectors Guild.
character-wise, it makes complete sense to me, the notion that, like, that Rads wants
No,
to
yeah.
kill this person. But you could always, like...
No, this is exactly
you could
what
have,
would happen.
You could have a
because, like,
dramatic
your first
conversation
feeling
first
would be
and
horrible.
then execute them anyway. That's,
Well, yeah, he'll level his blaster at least, and then just
finger still on the chest piece.
and he'll be like,
Well, why would you claim to be one of the upper echelons of the guild when one of them wouldn't, associate with the lower types like these who just go around and disrespect the rules that we have?
Yes.
Boris comes in right next to Rads, holding aloft the inoperative drill gun, pointing it straight at the middle of the chest of this Wraith.
If you are a member of the guild, then you have committed treason.
Boris.
Rads will pull out
Bless
his
him.
little, like, the silver card thing that all the Prospectors Guild members have,
Porch lights on, but no one's home.
and just see if the guy has any recognition of what it is at all. Like, even if they attempted to join the guild whatsoever.
So give me at least a D20 for your ability to read these reactions.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
something
that's
hidden
fair.
here. Something's afoot.
Ooh, shit.
That's a 19.
Oh, nailed it.
Ooh, he And he gets
Nailed
it.
it,
He
Rads.
knows.
So
He's gonna
Rads,
cover it.
Rads has done this as a little trick, just to sort of whip this thing out, just to sort of like wave it, and you see instant recognition in the eyes of this elderly wraith.
Oh shit.
They like eyes sort of widen, and there's almost like even just like a quick look down at the front jacket pocket. You catch all of this in an instant before the wraith is like,
What's that thing you've got there then? Shiny piece of trash. Cleo, search his jacket.
Because Cleo's still like on him, right?
yeah, Cleo's just got him with a gun.
What's that in his pocket?
Search him.
I mean, I was telling you to, but
I ain't letting go.
that's true. That's true.
There's a tree. There is a tree stumping dice with a higher IQ than your ass. You come look.
Rads, get your small little bare hands in there.
That's why you got them little
Got little
hands.
hands
You're the
with little
searcher.
pockets.
You're the finder. Finders keepers. Finders keepers and all
Losers,
that.
weepers.
He'll sling back his blasters and then go over, and it's like, have you seen the video of the raccoon losing the cotton candy in water?
Yeah.
That's like how he's searching through the dude's pockets.
Oh, that's so
With this little
so
like
cute.
washing a grape in a stream.
So cute.
With this little trying to hold as many dog kibbles as possible.
Oh, so cute.
So on the outside pocket of this wraith's jacket, you sort of reach in and you find a handful of credits.
Nice.
He'll pocket those.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bonus
Well,
full credits. for Rads.
he'll
Nice.
he'll pop the cap off of one and pour it down his mouth.
Ooh.
He does eat star sand.
But in the inner pocket of that jacket, out whips out an identification card for the Prospectors Guild.
Oh,
No,
you've uncovered
no.
a treasonous plot here.
The darkness.
Comes alive.
And not only is it, it doesn't look like Rads and Boris's one, which have got this sort of this shiny, effervescent, sort of oil slick, holographic kind of look to it. This one has that, but it has like a thick black border around it, and it is like the deepest, darkest black. It almost sort of looks, like night around the edges of the hologram.
Would Rads
Which you
and
would
Boris
recognize
okay, they would
as-
recognize it.
The ID of an evaluator.
Oh.
So what's up with this then? Why you're turning away from the ways of the guild?
Boris, for his part, is looking absolutely horrified.
Oh,
His jaw
Boris's
dropped
world is crumbling.
as he stares at this thing, like the great utopia, the wonderful world of finding and
Boris.
keeping and respecting one another's finds, crumbling around. And he's sort of
Oh my god.
sort of like shaking, like both hands sort of shaking as he almost sort of collapses down onto the ground, where he's like quivering about, fumbling with the drill gun. And the wraith was like,
Hey, it's not what it looks like. I'm infiltrating them from the inside. It's the only way the guild could capture them. I had to take it upon myself. Really? But then this random group of people, happened to track them down on our own. If the guild really wanted to track them down, they wouldn't have sent an evaluator, first off. And second, if they really wanted to find them, you would have already shut them down because you are already here. You know where they are. You could have sent a whole ton of prospectors in here.
Very
and you know the
good.
type of people we have.
Okay. Yes, you're right. Look,
I like how Trevor's reshuffling in his chair. He's like, I'm fucking doing it.
I can cut you in on this.
You could do this, Trevor.
What's your silence gonna
I
cost?
don't want to cut. I don't do this. I follow the creed. I follow the rules.
Yes.
We would have nothing without rules. Without rules, it's nothing but anarchy.
Look, listen. It's not just this loot. I can cut you in. You know how many bandits I've got in my pocket? Every lawbreaker on this satellite is answering to me. I can cut you in on that. What's it gonna cost to make this go away?
I can't be bought with simple credits. I can't be bought with anything, in fact. I don't need what you're offering me. What I need is for people to follow the rules. If we all follow the rules, everybody can benefit.
Surely, because I'll rescind my membership. I'll leave the guild, and
there'll be a pretty little package in it for you as well.
It can't
You would
just
like that,
be
wouldn't
it can't just be you. There has to be others, aren't there?
Okay, yes. I will name the others. You hurt me, you're not going to get any names. But you help me out, I will name all the others. It's going to be fine. You'll work out exactly who's in on this. We can take them down together. I'll help you clean house. I'll help you get rid of all the corruption in the guild.
Rads will like throw down a little like data pad thing and be like,
Tell me the names.
I need assurances. I need assurances you're not going to harm me.
I mean, I assure you this blaster can kill you. That's the assurance that I can promise.
Cleo's gonna click it so that it does a charge up noise.
Well, I don't know that I can trust you.
I don't think that you have much time to trust anybody at this point, so you should probably just tell us.
Okay. I'll put down the names now. He like grabs the data pad and starts frantically like keying in names. It's like, all right, there. Look, just keep me out of this, all right? I've done my part. You have to uphold your end of the bargain.
All right, you leave right now. Get off Prospect Town. I don't care how you get off. Just get off.
That's what she said.
Give me your card, because you don't. God damn it. Because you don't deserve being an evaluator. And then I go to the rest of the evaluators and explain what happened. And as long as you promise to never show your face here again, you're as good as dead to everybody.
All right. Yes. I'll leave. And he's sort of like, sort of squirming in Cleo's grip, like, all four arms up. Like, perfect. Pleasure doing business with you. You won't see my face on this rock ever again. Just, he's sort of like still sort of squirming in Cleo's grip.
I want to yell out.
Let me go then.
Wait.
Z.
What is your name?
Alfred.
Okay. I want to look around at others, see if it's correct.
They're also like looking like a little bit.
Was his name Alfred? Oh, I don't know. I just called him the evaluator.
All right. No, I only asked because I imagine this is a character we're going to see again at some point. So I just want to be able to know who Alfred is. But okay, Alfred.
Wait a minute, Z. I think I remember reading in Boris's blog that you can like read people's minds or something, or I don't know how it works. His blog is kind of weird to read, and it's like a small child
that blog that will soon be getting shut down, or at least going behind a bloody paywall, Boris. Okay, have you ever heard?
Patreon.
Gotta bring in them credits.
Hey guys, join our Patreon.
Right, yes. Patreon, backwaterbastards.com. If you want to read Boris's blog, you got to go there.
"Oh, please,
We'll add it. Yes,
please
okay.
make
Taylor,
Boris's
I see your
blog
face. Let's
post as
add
a
Boris's
Patreon
blog
reward.
as
Oh my God,
as a thing to the
yes.
Patreon.
Yes.
Every month we'll do a new post from Boris for Boris's blog.
Let me put it on my tab.
That's actually genius. I don't know why I didn't like. As soon as I mentioned he had the blog, why didn't I
It's
think
so
of that?
good.
Right?
Patron exclusive Boris's blog.
That's real. We're gonna do it.
Yes.
We will do that. As if we don't have enough things to do already, we'll do that as well.
We'll do that.
It will be fun.
Screw it.
Dick,
We're doing it.
Dick,
And
you're
you
gonna
can
have to
only read
write
the dang
some
thing
blog
if you
posts.
join the
So,
Patreon.
in canon, I've already said that they are like short, malformed, like 2-sentence like
Yeah.
entries.
Yeah.
So like it's not hard to
All
write.
right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get your help. Tay and I will do the art. We'll nail it. Yeah.
We'll do it.
Proper bastard effort. Anyways,
You're not wrong, small bear.
and I'll lumber over, like pulling the energy blades back into the body, and just say,
Now, in surgery, we need to
Yes.
evaluate the patient first.
and I'll open up the honey boy, and out will come the tentacles of like, and then I'll walk closer and closer.
Wraith like sort of squirming and grunting and like oh no, like
Yeah.
held firmly by a giant bear, unable to get anywhere. As
And I'll like bend
the
over,
horror creature descends.
and I'll say,
Now, let's find out.
and I'll look to Rads and Boris and be like,
What is it you want to know from this wraith?
and I think for ease of communication, I'll just make the Wraith say it in the Wraith's voice so that you can just say it out loud for everyone to hear. So they can ask questions and
Sounds
I'll manipulate. But I should probably roll first, right?
Yeah, give me the roll.
So-
Make sure you actually nailed this.
It's a because when it's touching, it's
Yeah, you're doing biohacking, so you've got a
Hacking and
a
telepathy.
telepathy.
18 and 20. Okay.
Holy
Nailed
shit.
it.
You are
Oh.
so deep in these brain cells. You've just got all access pass. Anything you wanted to know, you could just sort of like dig around there quite easily.
Right. Ask away your questions, Boris and Rads, and or Cleo, or anyone really. Anyone wants to get involved, now's the time. It's ask me anything. AMA.
So
Boris is sort of, he's been down on the ground, just sort of like, like tossing his little weapon from hand to hand, just sort of looking awkward and upset, and he's like finally like pulls himself back up to his feet, standing tall. He's like,
Why did you do it, Alfred?
Oh, Boris.
Why did you betray the guild?
Boris, that's so sweet. That's so innocent.
Why did we even create the guild in the first place, you silly boy? Money, credits, and as much credits as I can make as an evaluator. I can make 10 times that if I don't follow the rules.
Oh, Boris didn't even think they would lie about it.
Yeah.
Let's just make sure these names are accurate. So, who are the names involved?
the Wraith recites off the names, amazingly, completely accurate to what was written into the data pad.
Wow, that is amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Perfect.
There are on the list of names, you recognize a couple of them, and there are definitely no others who are evaluators or even sort of long-standing members. They seem to all be kind of just random prospectors who have been obviously helping with the administration of forging contact with the various bandits and no good doers.
Mm-hmm.
So right now we have the names of all of his contacts.
Yeah, all of the people who have been helping him, like basically defraud the prospectors.
Okay. I mean,
And
that's kind
they're
of
all-
what you need to
They're
know.
all prospectors as well, right? I would assume.
Yeah, they're all
Okay.
prospectors.
So, how long has this been going on then? Just a couple weeks, or? This has been going on for as long as we've been in the guild.
Oh my god.
And you think someone else won't start up again as soon as you take us down? Well, that's why, well, we'll see what happens. We'll talk to the rest of the evaluators and see how they feel. But, perhaps the guild needs an auditor.
Oh shit. Oh my glob, you guys.
I think I'll say,
We have purely come here for one battery.
Trevor is sort of like eyeing up the hovercraft laden with boxes of goodies. Like, well, we don't have to only take the battery, Z.
Trevor.
Trevor.
Well, I'm just saying,
Trevor,
it looks like they've got
they-
quite a lot of expensive equipment just packed up there, ready to be shipped off.
Let me explain to you what I've seen, and probably, I mean, obviously you can't understand, but these people, much like the Zargians, are refugees from a war-torn part of the galaxy, and are just trying to find and make their way in this little waste collectible dump site. And also, Trevor, might I point out that they have got a great eye for graphic design.
Yes, but they did steal all these things, right?
Trevor,
Okay. as long as we get the ship going,
I mean,
you do what you want.
The goal is to ultimately, I mean, I would like to return any of these items to the people who found them. However, there is a vast amount of people on Prospect Town. Doing that is going to take a long time. So if a few things go missing, no loss, no harm, no foul.
Cleo's just gonna kind of like whisper out of the side of her mouth. Sell out of merchandise. Just saying.
24 hours to get off of this planet or satellite, and don't show your face anywhere near here ever again. I don't even want to hear that you were on midspace.
Of course. I've got friends back in Wraith Space. I'll make my way. That's
Downtown, walking fast, faces pass.
nailed it, Trevor.
Yes, I did it.
You did it.
Okay.
He has graduated.
become a bastard.
The eagle has landed.
And then he'll say, and he'll turn to the rest of the people who are like, just watching what's happening, and he'll be like,
But for the rest of you, I mean, you could go with him if you want to work for this dirtbag, this heckhole. But you have the opportunity join the guild. Go legit. Make your fortune here. Repair your ship. Do what you needed to do. I can overlook that. You were being controlled by this guy. You know, you guys have a certain eye for things. I mean, you hit people who had good things.
They robbed you.
At least you have that kind of eye. Yeah,
Well,
I mean, they hit
Alfred,
me.
Alfred said that the guild wouldn't take us.
Yeah, Alfred said that refugees weren't allowed in the guild.
I mean, the guild's open to everybody. I mean, look at Boris over here. He was on New Terra and he joined.
Boris is like, his eyes are like, like filled with more and more rage as he learns the further treachery of Alfred. The fact that not only has he been breaking the rules, but he's been actively
Gatekeeping.
trying to stop
Which we
recruitment.
don't
He's
like.
been stopping people from joining the guilds so that he can turn them into robbers and then skim a cut of who could have been perfectly lawful prospectors. And at this point, you realize that Boris hasn't been idly on the ground, tossing his weapon from one hand to the other. He hasn't been crumpled in defeat. He has been taking battery packs from other places upon his person.
Boris.
Reloading the drill gun, reassembling it, and he stands
Boris!
and plunges it into the heart of the Wraith. Turning on the drill, which just begins to swirl at a whirling blur of energy. There's blue sparks just going from the top to the bottom. You can see this thing is designed to go through space armor, like the armor on ships. It doesn't. It's like a knife through butter as he plunges it directly into the heart of Alfred, who sort of looks down with surprise and lets out a quick "oh" before eyes glazing over and crumbling, sliding off the drill.
Oh, heck indeed.
And Boris, turns off the drill, pulses at his side.
Find the keepers.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Well,
that is
Cleo's
beautiful,
still
but
holding this guy.
damn.
I'm gonna just drop him. And I'm gonna kinda like stretch. Like crack my neck. Well, I could eat the north end of a southbound polecat. You wanna go back to the grub
Yes, we're
hole?
going to need a bloody large tent up after this. You could just, someone points out where the battery pack is, we can be on our way.
The Cyclops sort of like reaching into the thing and pulling out what amounts to a tiny little battery between two fingers, and sort of reaching over and sort of putting it down in front of Dr. Z.
Cleo.
Say.
We are going to need to watch out about how we upset Boris in the future. That was something, wasn't it?
Did you see him?
Yeah, it was a bit difficult to not see him, Cleo. Cleo, that was worse than anything I had seen on that prison planet.
Yeah, well, I mean, it felt like he was coming straight at me.
Cleo, Boris is like his jaw tight, an angry look in his eyes as he sort of like runs a hand through his hair, sort of pushing it back out of his eyes, and storms out of the tent. The body left lifeless on the ground, not even twitching, with the shiny black bordered pass ID card just sort of fluttering and dropping out of his grip onto the trash ground.
Yeah, Rads is gonna pick that up for sure.
We're going to need to buy Boris
A tent.
or like I think tomorrow when we're at the uniform,
Maybe something
the
stronger.
outfitter, we should probably try and hook Boris up as well. I think we need to fix his sadness with things, with stuff.
Well,
You know.
I think, yeah, I mean, that's all there
Yes.
is, really.
Well.
I mean, you reckon we ought to, like, go get him? Or
Yes, let's go. Let's go check on Boris and leave Rads to. Rads, you
You setting up shop here, boy?
good?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm setting up shop here. I mean, we still gotta go back to my place and get your friend and get you guys back on the road.
Of course.
These are your people now.
Yeah. We'll be right back. We're just we'll pop out, but
You better tell him.
Rads will
I don't want to have to fire up again.
Rads will turn
Cleo spins around.
Rads will turn to the rest of the people who are there and just be like,
So, if you choose to go legit, the first thing that I want you to do, if you choose to do it, is try and return all of these items that you found to the people that you took them from. That's your first good deed.
Oh, no. You're saying we're going to be members of the Prospectors Guild? Well, that's all we really wanted. We'll return these things.
Yeah, man, we can return these things quick, smart. It'll be easy, huh?
I just want to be a part of the family.
Clutched in his fingers, Rads has taken the evaluator's card. The words "finders keepers" kind of twinkling in his mind's ear as he grips it in tiny rack fingers. And as the bastards, with their newfound friend and with their newfound fear and respect for Boris, step outside.
Yeah, a little bit.
The sun, well, it's not even the sun, just the glowing ball of light that is the Metropolis space station in mid-space, rising on the horizon and sending a glittering light back down onto this trash ball. Boris slouching and sort of walking a little slower as Cleo catches up, giving her a somber look and a nod as they all walk away from this place of bloodshed, back towards Rads' home, where perhaps he even has the fixings for a quick naughty tin top to celebrate their bloody and disillusioning victory.
Pull out a slice of pancake from the honey boy and say,
Want a chip?
Oh, sick.
Hey, Boris.
At this point.
Hey, Boris, want a chip?
It's not great if it's not in the accent. It doesn't really work.
Hi, you want a chip? Spacey?
Boris sort of like looks over like,
You know I can't grab things in your honey boys, eh?
I don't know if that joke
doesn't.
works.
I don't know if it does either. It only works if you've seen that advert. But goddamn, that's good. It's good to have explored it anyway, regardless of it working.
So as Cleo catches up to the somber
Hi,
Boris,
Boris, you alright?
they exchange looks and a nod, a smile sort of creeping back onto Boris's face as Z
That was really
and
something
Rads
in there.
and Trevor all sort of catch up and walking almost in a line together. They leave the compound, walking out along the flattened trash plains back towards Rad's compound, where some makeshift tin tops in their composite parts may yet be waiting.
And to the left of
for
camera,
the triumphant hero.
we see the bottom of a missile fall and land into a trash pile.
Fuck yes.
Collapsing in upon itself, you realize it was a tiny dwelling
Oh,
that had been crafted out of trash,
no.
and standing next to it, rather pleased that they hadn't just stepped inside, a distraught-looking Gome was, "Oh man,
Bobby got a space for you.
I really needed a win today.
I really needed
so many pullbacks."
Yes,
How's that for long game?
Oh my god. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Fuck yes.
Fucking brilliant.
Oh, that's 100% full circle. Very good.
Yes.
I like it. Ooh,
Oh my
we did
god,
it.
dude.
Oh, man.
Holy
I can't
fuck.
help it. You always describe it in such a visual way that I can't help but see it in my mind's eye. I don't know how it is for
Yeah.
anyone
Dan
else.
is a cinematographer.
I see everything.
No, it's a lot like that. I see the whole thing.
Like I'm watching
I never look at Roll20 because I'm
never
seeing
looking.
it.
I'm looking at like Dick's face telling the story, but basically there's like a screen in front of you, and that
Yeah.
hovers in my mind's eye that I just see
Yeah.
everything you're describing, and like Boris like lying on the ground and fidgeting, and us all looking at him like he's crying, he's sad, and then he like leans back and he's got tears streaming from his eyes, and he's built the gun. It's like
I see it like it's VR,
exactly,
like I'm
yeah.
there.
It's so visual for me. I mean,
I'm glad.
I've really enjoyed this episode. That's been really good.
Oh, dude, we had so many fucking laughs too.
Yeah.
Fucking Anne Hathaway.
Anne fucking Hathaway. She is. Anne Hathaway has never rolled well on perception.
She's not.
Anne Hathaway.
Swarm of bears.
It's a swarm of bears. Anne Hathaway, that is a fucking
I like
tidal
this-
wave.
I like this idea now that Rads is like going back to the rest of the Prospectors Guild and is going to become maybe not. He might not even be an evaluator. Like he said, he's going to be an auditor.
I dig it.
a
I
lot.
dig it. I want him to have like some impressive role in this.
Yes.
My goodness, guys.
Oh.
We made it.
We did it.
We made it through this little escapade, getting the battery back.
Made it through the one shot, not one shot.
2 shot.
2 shots.
Takes two
It
shots.
takes 2 shots.
Double
Takes
tap.
2 shots.
Double tap.
Double tap.
Well, I mean,
Always double tap.
I did that intentionally. If you
There's
think
1
about
shotgun blast, 2
it, like,
rounds.
the average character has 10 hit points. A rifle does 1d8 damage.
2 shots. Sidearm.
Fails 2 shots.
Ah.
Except this is the actual show, not sidearm, but whatever, Dan.
Yeah, it's just blending the two.
But I mean, yeah, it was surprised to me that we ended up getting some proper like Boris character development. Loving that. I love that we have left Rads in a different place than where we found him as well, because Rads is now like actively working to like root out corruption in the guild.
And what better person
potentially-
for that job?
Potentially take as the finder and thus keeper of a higher ranking card, perhaps even sort of stepping up a role and
Yeah.
making that claim. Oh, that's the rules, If it belongs to him, then it must be his. He kept it.
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
And the bastard's able to sort of, have another drink and still
Thank
more or less be in
God.
one piece to go see
Thank
what their armor
God.
crafters have been designing up for them.
Thank
Keen
God
and
for
was
that.
it K2K2?
K2K2 and Keen. You've got it right.
Yeah.
I cannot stress how important it is that we get to have another drink and another load of fried.
Tentacle and sauce.
Fried. I just keep saying
I,
fried.
and
fried.
I like it and I love it because I also would just be eating the battered fried. I don't think Dr. Z wants to eat the tentacle, but Dr. Z will eat the sauce and the fry.
Just fried
Yeah,
batter.
the fried batter. Nothing better.
With sauce.
Hot chili mayo.
You take that fried batter and you dip it in batter and you fry it.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming along for the ride, all you listeners, and especially thank you for coming along for the ride and kind of steering the course somewhat to Trevor.
Yes, Trevor. Thank
It
you.
was a fucking blast.
Oh.
Like I said, I will come back here whenever you want me.
We're gonna
Yeah.
bloody need you.
It was amazing. I loved this. I loved this so fucking much.
Oh, that's so good. That makes me so happy.
good.
Yeah.
So good.
Thanks for turning up. Thanks for putting in the energy and imagination that it takes to like keep one of these things rolling. You performed admirably.
Yeah, especially our shit is
I'm
like,
glad
you
that
really-
it was you that won the competition.
you've nailed it.
Because
Heck
who,
yeah.
who knows who we could have been?
Like some loser like Nicole or something. I don't know.
Oh, well.
some terrible.
Please
bastard.
don't cut that.
I'll try, but I might.
I'm joking.
Critical hit.
I guess all that remains is to say farewell.
Yes. Oh, farewell.
Farewell.
Bye.
Well. Bye.
I wouldn't really have done
If you could.
Whoa! And it's me. It's me, Trevor. You guys, I bet you guys didn't expect me at the end of this, huh? The banana shake,
Let him
the
in
banana
here.
shake master. You can find the bastards on Discord at tinyurl.com/bwbastards. That's tinyurl.com/bwbastards. And everywhere you get your podcasts, all those places. I'm not gonna list them off because there's too goddamn many.
Those places.
There's way too many of them. And your social
Probably
You know what
honest.
they are.
in it.
Social media.
Doesn't matter.
And don't forget to vote for the bastards in the People's Podcast Awards. It's podcastawards.com. I actually just did mine today.
Thank you.
See that? Be like
Yeah.
Trevor.
the treasure.
And that's until
God
July 31st. That's July
So hurry
31st,
up.
end of the month.
By the time this comes out, you ain't got long.
Yeah, you don't have very long at all. So
Do it,
get out
Howard.
there and vote and join the Bastards Discord. Do it. This is a threat.
And after listening to this episode, you should probably listen.
Serious.
I imagine just the sound of like a
Yes. So yeah, thanks. Love you. Bye.
Ciao.
All right, cool.
That was lit. And now it's time for a word about the bastard patrons, the people that make this little universe go round, those that stand above the galactic rest. They are Cheaper by the Dungeon, Lucas Duff, Marcus Brackelman, Eric B. Rhodes, Noodle, aka secretly known as Dan in some circles, but don't tell anybody, the Abale Queen, Nicole Snyder, Randy Lovings, and Ybots999, who also has a secret name, but I'm not gonna tell it to you, and Trevor Forever, the treasure, and Ben, the gnome, from No Mercy Podcast, check it out, and Daphne, also known as Doff, we changed her name, that could happen to you next, and Clayton, affectionately known as Dogmeat, and Shima, everybody's favorite war cry. That's the team. You could join it. Come to our website, backwaterbastards.com, to find out more, or head over to Patreon, because guess what we're listed as? That's right, Backwater Bastards, and there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on there that you are missing out on. Don't forget to check out our Discord if you got questions. I know I always do. The secret code, just kidding, it's not secret. Discord is free, so why aren't you there? That's where me, Dick, and Dan hang out, and so should you. We farm all kinds of ideas in there for the actual show, and who knows what else we get up to. There's memes, there's games, there's hijinks of all persuasions, and you could be a part of that noise. So come on in. The Discord is at tinyurl.com/BWB Discord. See you there, and thanks to all you patrons for making our whole dang world go round. Love you. Bye!
Tune in next time for another edge of your seat adventure in space with the Backwater Bastards.
If you enjoy listening, but also have eyes, check out our Instagram, where we post drawings, illustrations, character art from our adventures. Backwater_Bastards. Check out our Instagram on Instagram.